Okay. Hi! It's so different actually speaking this time. So sorry that I'm in my bathroom. It's the only place that has decent lighting. So the deaf event I went to was at the Boardwalk Bowl, and I went bowling with Liam, Jessica, and Anne. And Anne was actually the girl I met on the bus on the way to work who was deaf, and I noticed she was deaf, and then I attempted to have a conversation with her, and she actually carries around a little notepad to talk to people. So I would say that attending the deaf event, I understood about 25% of the words. There was times I was really lost, but I felt they were really accommodating towards me, and it was really a different experience because every time I went to a deaf event, it was always like a deaf event mixed with knowing that people who don't know American Sign Language are going to be there. So going to a deaf event where strictly like it's just deaf people, it was really different because I actually got to see their lives outside of a typical deaf event. So one thing that struck me is that even when we went to order food, just how much of a hassle things could be because they have to write things down, like it's different, and just people would look not in a mean way, but some of them just oh, they're deaf. Automatically, it was kind of I'm only going through this one day, but I imagine they go through this their whole life, and then they're signing, and people would just stare at them, or most people were nice, but some people would just walk through their conversation, which is something you're not supposed to do. So that was interesting. At first, I did feel kind of awkward because I don't know American Sign Language the best, but they were really nice and friendly, and Anne and Jessica and Liam just made me feel really loved and helped me out when I didn't understand what they were saying. Anne actually Jessica's actually hard of hearing, so she does know a little bit of English, but she mainly signs because both of her parents are deaf. And so that was good to have someone who could help me. What are the words I learned? So I learned this is pork. We were talking about it because I don't eat pork, so that was something just random that got brought up. Fun, and then bowl, obviously, bowl. So that was cool. That's the main things I remember. Pork. And then, hot dog. CSCS. So, hot dog. So that was interesting because they were eating hot dogs and I don't eat pork, so I got a burger. And they said at the Boardwalk Bowl the hot dogs are amazing there, and they did look good, but I don't eat pork, so that was one thing. I feel a learning sign, I'm really interested in it. It's something I want to pursue more. I actually would love to get a degree or a language certificate in American Sign Language. What I really want to do from this point forward is I would really love to find a deaf community or even Skype with deaf people so I can keep knowing the American Sign Language and be immersed in that culture more so. I also want to hang out with deaf people or hard of hearing people in my actual day-to-day life, because then I would pick up on it better. Because being around them, a lot of the words they were saying, play or, oh, mom would be mad, just the way they say things, they don't even say be, so that was kind of, and they move so fast, I was oh my gosh, I can't keep up with this. So that was the hardest point. If they were signed as slow as I sign, I probably could have picked up on more, so that's something I want to be around deaf people so I can know the speed and how it goes. It was interesting to see too when they're side by side. I figured if you were talking to a deaf person, you would have to be face to face, and they would even sometimes bowling side by side, not looking at each other, but not looking at the signs obviously, but not completely in face to face. So that was interesting to me. And So yeah, this is something I want to keep pursuing. It's definitely not something I'm like, oh, I got my language part requirement over, I'm done. It's something I want to keep doing. My boyfriend's really interested in it. He's been my Skype partner, and he loves it when I'm like, okay, we got a Skype, so I'll definitely be still using it. I'm happy that I took American Sign Language. I find it more interesting than Spanish, and I'm a more hands-on person, so I get it. So I really love the experience. I'm glad it's offered. It's something that was not offered in my high school, so I'm really grateful for it. So it's been a great semester. Thank you. Bye!